Over the past 30 years, the Chinese automotive market was dominated by foreign brands. Consumers flocked to Buick, Volkswagen, BMW, Toyota, and Nissan dealerships, generating billions in profits for these companies. China was seen as a perpetual profit machine for Western automakers. However, this scenario has changed dramatically in recent years. Sales and profits of foreign brands in China have plummeted, catching executives in Detroit, Wolfsburg, and Tokyo by surprise. Ford has lost over $5 billion since 2020, with a 70% drop in sales. GM, once a symbol of US-China relations, recorded its first loss in 20 years in the country. Stellantis was forced to exit the Chinese market with Jeep. If you're enjoying this content about the transformations in the global automotive market, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to follow more analyses like this. The situation is similar for German, Korean, Japanese, and French brands, which see their market share melting away. Millions of imported cars now gather dust in lots, without buyers. Losses are expected to worsen even further in the coming years. The numbers are staggering. GM fell from 4.1 million sales in 2017 to 1.8 million, with many low-cost, low-margin models. Hyundai and Kia plummeted from 1.2 million to about 220,000 units annually. Meanwhile, Chinese brands jumped from 3.6 million in 2017 to possibly 5 million in 2025. It's important to note that this is not a general crisis in the Chinese automotive sector. Total sales remain strong, with only a 5% decline. What's happening is a drastic shift in consumer preference, with a mass migration to local brands, especially in electric vehicles. Chinese brands' market share jumped from 43% to 62% in just 3 years. Meanwhile, Japanese, German, American, and Korean brands rapidly lost ground. Hyundai, for example, built a billion-dollar factory 4 years ago and has already sold it at a huge loss. This phenomenon is due to various factors. Chinese brands can produce vehicles 30% cheaper, thanks to vertical integration, innovation speed, and some government subsidies. Additionally, they offer advanced autonomous driving and connectivity technologies, often surpassing foreign rivals. Nationalism also plays a role, with consumers preferring local brands. But this is only possible because the quality of Chinese vehicles has improved dramatically in recent years. Global automakers are trying to adapt, partnering with Chinese companies or repurposing idle factories for export. But the scenario is challenging, and many may leave the Chinese market in the coming years. This transformation in the world's largest automotive industry will have global consequences. As Chinese brands dominate their domestic market, they gain scale and resources to expand internationally. In the coming years, we should see an increasing presence of Chinese vehicles in markets such as Europe, Latin America, and Southeast Asia. For consumers, this may mean more options and competitive prices. For traditional automakers, it represents an existential challenge that will require a profound reinvention of their business models. The future of the global automotive industry is being redefined in China, and the coming years promise even more dramatic changes in this scenario.